The football world in Scotland is buzzing with talk as KRIS Boyd, the legendary striker and all-time top scorer of the Scottish Premier League, has not held back in expressing his frustration with Rangers. Boyd, now representing Kilmarnock, has been vocal about the current state of the club, claiming that it has descended into utter chaos under the guidance of Danny Röhl. For a club with such a rich history and tradition, the mere suggestion that things are falling apart sends shockwaves through the fans and pundits alike. Boyd's reputation as a sharp-tongued, honest analyst of the Scottish game adds weight to his words, and his comments have stirred debates across media outlets, social platforms, and even casual conversations among supporters who are left questioning the direction their beloved team is heading. The narrative that Boyd paints is not one of temporary setbacks or bad luck. It is a story of systemic failure where decision-making, leadership, and strategy appear to have collided in a way that threatens the stability of the club. For those who follow Scottish football closely, Boyd's analysis cannot be dismissed lightly, as he has seen it all and scored against the very teams that now look so dominant on paper, yet so vulnerable on the pitch. Boyd's critique zeroes in squarely on Danny Röhl, the German manager, who, despite a short-lived playing career curtailed by injury at the age of 21, has somehow found himself at the helm of one of Scotland's most prestigious football institutions. Röhl's transition from a player in the lower leagues of Germany to managing Rangers has been viewed by some as meteoric, almost a fairy tale, but Boyd's words suggest it may be a cautionary tale instead. The question being asked by fans and pundits is whether Röhl's inexperience at the top level is finally catching up with him. Boyd implies that the chaos is not merely on the surface of team performance or results, it is embedded deep within the operational and tactical aspects of the club. Decisions on player selection, substitutions, and even training methods, which should reflect a coherent strategy, are reportedly inconsistent and leave players and staff confused. This lack of clarity trickles down, affecting morale, on-field cohesion, and ultimately the perception of Rangers as a force to be reckoned with in the Scottish Premiership. The frustration Boyd expresses seems rooted in a combination of disappointment and concern, a warning to supporters that the situation might spiral further if unchecked. The speculation does not stop at tactics and training. Boyd's observations touch on the dressing room atmosphere, which, according to sources close to the club, has become tense and unsettled. A once tightly knit squad, famed for its unity and resilience, is allegedly experiencing fractures, with players reportedly divided over the direction of the team and confidence in Röhl's leadership. Boyd suggests that the German manager's communication style may be a key factor, hinting that his approach, while theoretically sophisticated, may not resonate with a squad used to a more traditional Scottish football culture. The challenges of managing a club steeped in history, with passionate fans and relentless media scrutiny, cannot be underestimated, and Boyd's assessment implies that Röhl may be struggling to balance his modern tactical philosophy with the expectations of an environment that is uniquely Scottish. Rumours swirling among insiders indicate that some players are questioning their roles, while others are said to be doubting the club's long-term strategy, creating an undercurrent of uncertainty that could have long-lasting consequences if not addressed urgently. Adding fuel to the fire, Boyd draws attention to the juxtaposition between high-profile signings and underwhelming performances. It is suggested that even players brought in with substantial transfer fees and lofty expectations are failing to integrate seamlessly into the team structure, leading to underperformance on the pitch. Boyd hints that this could reflect poor recruitment decisions or a lack of clarity in how new players fit into Röhl's vision. The idea that Rangers' recruitment strategy may be misaligned with the manager's tactical approach adds another layer to the narrative of disarray. Fans have begun questioning whether the board and management are on the same page, with Boyd implying that the disconnect could be contributing to the instability. This speculation paints a picture of a club where ambition, investment, and talent exist, yet coherence and direction are absent, creating frustration among supporters who expect a consistent display of quality football and clear leadership from the bench and boardroom alike. Boyd's commentary also sparks debate about the broader implications for Scottish football. Rangers, as one of the most iconic clubs in the country, set standards not only for performance but also for professionalism, culture, and leadership. The suggestion that such a club is in turmoil under a manager still considered inexperienced at this level is alarming for the entire league. Boyd implies that this could affect not just the club's domestic campaign, but also its reputation on the European stage, where attention to detail, cohesion, and mental resilience are crucial. Rumours have begun circulating about potential unrest among supporters who may increasingly question their loyalty if the perception of mismanagement continues to grow. Boyd's insights resonate particularly strongly because he has experienced the highs and lows of Scottish football firsthand, giving his perspective authenticity and urgency. His words serve as both critique and warning, igniting discussions about how Rangers can navigate turbulent times without losing their identity or alienating the fan base that has supported them for generations. Finally, Boyd's comments have inevitably triggered a reaction from media, fans, and former players. With social media platforms becoming hotbeds for speculation, memes, and heated debates, every sentence he utters carries weight. And this latest volley against Röhl has reignited questions about the German manager's future at the club. Pundits and insiders dissect his statements, pondering whether Boyd is speaking from a place of constructive criticism or merely sensationalizing issues to provoke discussion. The speculation is relentless, with some seeing Boyd's remarks as a wake-up call for the Rangers' hierarchy, urging immediate intervention, while others perceive them as an exaggeration, a reflection of nostalgia for past glories. What remains clear is that Boyd's voice amplifies concerns that may have existed quietly within the club, bringing them into the public eye with a mixture of authority, passion, and candidness. The result is a narrative filled with tension, intrigue, and anticipation, leaving supporters, analysts, and rival fans alike eagerly watching to see how the club navigates this storm. Speculation about Rangers' internal turmoil continues to spread like wildfire, with insiders hinting at tensions not only between the manager and players, but also within the boardroom itself. Sources whisper that debates over strategy, recruitment, and long-term planning have become increasingly heated, creating a climate of uncertainty that could ripple through every level of the club. Boyd's critique of Danny Röhl is central to this narrative, as he suggests that the German manager's methods, while innovative in theory, may lack the practical adaptability required to navigate the pressures of the Scottish top flight. Rumours point to disagreements over training intensity, match preparation, and even tactical flexibility, with some claiming that the players feel constrained by a system that is rigid and overly complex. Boyd's words imply that these tensions are not merely anecdotal but symptomatic of deeper structural issues where leadership, communication, and vision are misaligned. For fans, this raises pressing questions about the future. Can a club of Rangers' stature recover quickly from this perceived chaos? Or is the disarray a symptom of a managerial approach that is fundamentally mismatched with the club's culture and expectations? Adding another layer to the unfolding drama, Boyd speculates that the dressing room atmosphere may be affecting performances on match days more than anyone wants to admit. According to the whispers he shares, some players are reportedly frustrated with unclear instructions and inconsistent tactical shifts, creating a sense of insecurity that undermines confidence. Boyd suggests that even experienced professionals who should be able to adapt are struggling to find rhythm, hinting that the disconnect between Röhl's philosophy and the players' understanding could be more severe than publicly acknowledged. These rumors, whether fully accurate or partially exaggerated, contribute to a narrative of unpredictability where supporters are left guessing not just about results, but about the psychological state of the squad. Boyd's commentary implies that if such uncertainty persists, the effects could be long-lasting, influencing recruitment, morale, and even fan loyalty. As speculation continues, every press conference, substitution, and tactical tweak is scrutinized, amplifying the perception that Rangers are navigating turbulent waters without a clear compass, and Boyd's statements only intensify the sense of urgency and tension surrounding the club. Boyd also fuels discussion about the broader cultural and managerial challenges that Danny Röhl faces at Rangers. The German manager, whose career as a player ended prematurely at 21, has been lauded for his tactical intelligence and modern approach. Yet Boyd's critique suggests that theory alone cannot compensate for a lack of practical experience at this level. Rumors from sources close to the club imply that Röhl's approach, heavily influenced by continental methodologies, may clash with the expectations of players and fans accustomed to a more traditional Scottish style. Boyd highlights that cultural adaptation is crucial not only for aligning tactics with players' strengths, but also for fostering trust and cohesion within the squad. The speculation paints a picture of a manager navigating unfamiliar territory where intelligence and preparation are challenged by the human element of football, emotions, personalities, and ingrained habits. This narrative resonates with supporters and pundits alike, prompting questions about whether Röhl's philosophy can be effectively implemented or whether it is inadvertently contributing to the chaos Boyd has described. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to get all the exclusive news about Rangers FC. Don't overlook any details about your beloved team. It's crucial for Rangers FC fans. Financial and strategic considerations further complicate the scenario Boyd has outlined. Rumors suggest that the club's investment in new signings, which should have strengthened the squad, has not yielded the expected results, potentially exacerbating tension between the manager, players, and board. Boyd hints that mismatches between recruitment strategy and tactical requirements may be at the heart of the problem, implying that decisions are being made in isolation rather than as part of a cohesive plan. The speculations extends to questions about long-term planning. Are Rangers building for sustainable success, or are short-term fixes being prioritized at the expense of stability? Boyd's commentary encourages fans to consider the implications of managerial decisions beyond immediate results, suggesting that the club's reputation, identity, and operational coherence could be at stake. In a climate where rumors and speculation dominate headlines, every signing, transfer window, and contract negotiation is scrutinized for its alignment with Röhl's vision, or lack thereof, intensifying the sense that Rangers are caught in a period of uncertainty that could shape the club for years to come. BOYD's outspoken stance inevitably ignites conversations about the role of leadership and accountability at Rangers. He implies that the manager, while central to the club's fortunes, cannot operate in a vacuum, and that systemic issues may be compounded by unclear responsibilities or conflicting directives from the board. Rumors suggest that the internal hierarchy is under strain, with some executives questioning managerial decisions while others defer too readily to Röhl's authority, creating a vacuum of accountability. BOYD's perspective introduces the notion that Rangers' struggles may not be solely about tactics or player performance, but about the alignment or misalignment of leadership at all levels. This speculation invites fans to ponder the broader ecosystem of football management, where clarity, cohesion, and effective communication are as important as skill on the pitch. BOYD's remarks serve as both critique and catalyst, amplifying concerns and prompting debate over whether structural changes, managerial adjustments, or even philosophical realignments might be necessary to restore the club's equilibrium. Finally, the atmosphere surrounding Rangers, as BOYD describes, is one of anticipation, anxiety, and relentless scrutiny. Fans, pundits, and former players dissect every statement, every decision, and every performance, searching for signs of improvement or further deterioration. BOYD's comments act as a magnifying lens, intensifying rumors and speculation, while simultaneously validating concerns that many insiders may have harbored quietly. The narrative he constructs is rich with tension, suggesting that the future of the club under Danny Röhl is uncertain, and that the perceived chaos may have deep roots extending beyond the visible results on the pitch. For supporters, the discussion is not simply about wins or losses, but about identity, leadership, and the club's capacity to navigate adversity. BOYD's insights, delivered with the authority of someone who has scored more goals than almost anyone in Scottish football history, ensure that the debate will continue, leaving everyone involved questioning what comes next for Rangers, the manager, and the entire footballing ecosystem surrounding one of Scotland's most iconic clubs. Greetings, fans. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, as it's greatly appreciated by Rangers FC. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments section below. Until the next video, stay tuned